Hey, it's me again. Now, this video is going to be a little different because I treated myself to something. A new sewing machine. And let me tell you why I was looking for a new sewing machine. One, I needed a new button holder. As much as I love the one on my Janome, it's kind of a medieval torture device and it doesn't give me consistent results. So I was looking for a machine that could do that for me. Two, I wanted to start using jerseys, knits, stretches, anything of that nature again. And my Janome doesn't have any types of stitches that can do that. It is strictly a straight stitch. I'm looking for zigzags, I'm looking for triple stitches, I'm looking for decorative stitches, anything of that nature. And my old machine that could do those things is on its last legs. And by last legs, I mean no. It's not a happy camper. So, this is why I decided to treat myself. Now, I did want to keep it fairly budget and wanted to keep it to something that was an easy, no fuss, no muss machine. Let's get into it. Or, in this case, the unboxing of. And this is the machine, the Singer 4432 Heavy Duty. And of course, I bought it in the black. And why buy it in the black? Because the black is special edition. And plus, I thought, why not be a little different? And on that note, let's get this open. Clearly, I'm not going to be using fabric scissors here. I'm going to be using some paper scissors, or box scissors, or whatever other scissors I have. And now that the box is open, let's get it out. And the first thing I seem to notice is it's very light compared to my regular Janome machine. There also seems to be quite a bit of packaging, which I sort of expect. And I will say that this styrofoam is very, very stinky. The machine itself looks very pretty. Small, for what I'm used to, but all in all, I do like the matte black finish. That was it. There was no real instruction manual, just the accessories that will go in that cute little drawer, and a sort of quick setup guide, but it really wasn't. It was just sort of a description page. Of course, me being pedantic, I'm just going to go through every single little knick-knack that it came with, notions and such, and put it neatly into the drawer because, let's be honest, I probably will lose it all eventually. Now, as I had mentioned, this is a very light machine for something that is classified as heavy duty. I don't know how I feel about that yet, but we'll see. I guess it's time to get the foot pedal out and test this machine and see if it actually works, lives up to any sort of hype or comments that I saw.
I will say right off the bat, I don't think this cord is long enough, but it does turn on, so we will see what happens. I'm a little skeptical. We'll see, but I look happy. Good on me. So the power cord itself seemed to be a good length, but the cord that attaches the foot pedal, I think is very short. A little annoying because I generally have the machine pushed far enough away from me just so I have more elbow room, but it is short. I don't know how I feel about this just yet. Well, I guess it's time to put a needle in and get to sewing. So, I've noticed that the presser foot is, or at least the needle position, is quite far to the left. But then when I look on the dial here, it says center. That is a little perplexing to me, and I think that's kind of weird. I don't know how to adjust that. I'll have to look into this. The needle position is really perplexing me, and I'm kind of annoyed by it. And I think I might have found what I was looking for. Weirdly, it said on the widest setting. Why would you set a machine up like that and send it to someone from the factory like this? Bizarre. So I moved it back down to 0, and now it's in the center. That's a little annoying, because if I wasn't a sewing person, I wouldn't even check that. Okay, well, since I've sorted that out, I guess we should wind a bobbin up. I mean, this is not the most thrilling thing. Bobbin all winded, let's get this thing threaded and take her for a test drive. Test sew? Test spin? Test of something? Math test? I don't know. I have some spare fabric ready to go. I'm not going to do anything on a good piece of fabric just yet, and we will see how she sews. For a straight stitch, compared to my Janome, I think it looks okay. It's not super. Let me just adjust some settings here. I'm still trying to get used to what is going on up here. Did I do this right? I don't really know. I'm used to just opening a box and going with my sewing machines. So I'm going to do a few more test runs here, with just the straight stitch. I still think something is clearly off. I'm used to my Janome, which is much more archaic, maybe? Not archaic, just more manual. There's a lot more dials on this than I'm used to. Which is not a great thing if you're looking to have a beginner machine and really don't know what you're doing. I mean, technically you could Google or YouTube how to do these things, but I feel that you should just get an instruction manual right out of the box. Let's do a decorative stitch. Looks pretty good. Oh, this zigzag is having some issues. What is going on? Is a tension wrong? Am I wrong? What did I do? I'm going to try this again by changing some tension settings and some widths and see what's happening here, because something does not seem quite right. But I will say it's a very handsome machine, kind of sexy in a way. Again, as I see this as a beginner machine, I was sort of hoping it just to be set up, ready to go right out of the box, but it seems like I might have to fiddle with a lot of settings, which could explain a lot of the reviews I saw online where people were just getting mad at it and it wasn't sewing properly. I don't know what's going on here, but every time I do this, it sort of turns out okay on the front, and the back is just a complete mess. What is going on? I mean, I'm not that bad of a sewist, am I? What am I supposed to do? P.S. Again, the machine looks good. I love this matte black. But everything else is starting to annoy me. When all else fails, I guess it's time to get out the phone and do some Googling if anyone else has had this problem, if there are any videos about this. I'm sort of disappointed. Is this machine going to be going back to Singer? When in doubt, I will say, sometimes you just need to take everything out and re-thread the machine. Maybe it was something I did wrong. Back with another piece of fabric, just so I can test again after rethreading. Hopefully it works out this time. fiddling with a few more tension settings and needle positions, etc., I think I might have actually done it. But what did I do? Wait, I think I might know. A few more tests will tell me, because I think I actually know what I did, and I think I know what other people have been doing as well. But I just want to make sure. So of course I'm going to test and test and test.
Now, at this point, after all these trials and errors, I realized something. And being a somewhat experienced sewist, I'm kicking myself. But it also might mean why a lot of other people have issues with this type of machine.
So, this is what I noticed. On this Singer, inside this tiny little slot, there's a tension disc, and my thread was not going through that tension disc properly. It wasn't fully in there. And I think that's what's been happening with a lot of people, or at least it happened with me, which was causing my thread to go all wonky on the backside of anything I was sewing, making it unclean and unprofessional, which I do not like, because it's unnice. But I think that's what the issue was, the entire time, of me testing this. So all my settings are going back to zeros, and making sure that one's at 0, that one's in the middle, and everything should be perfectly fine now. And of course, this is my face after all that testing when it was something so easy. I'm a little annoyed it didn't come out of the box all pretty and nice and set up for me, but we'll see how it goes. And we will see if it will become a machine I use frequently enough. I can't decide just yet.
And there you have it. I have a new machine. My final thoughts. I think it's going to do exactly what I need it to for the amount of time it takes and the price I paid. Let's be honest, it was under $400 Canadian. Actually, under $300 Canadian. So, I think it's going to be a good investment. Plus, it's the black one, which is kind of new and different. What does this mean? It means I am going to be using this for some of my sewing projects. But don't worry, I'm not giving up my Janome either, because I love my Janome. It is heavy duty and weighs 400 pounds. Kind of like my spirit. But on that note, I think it's going to be fine. Let me know in the comments below if you've had this type of machine, if you've had a Singer, or a Singer heavy duty, and if there's anything I should watch out for. Happy sewing. Have a good one. Bye.